Alright, so if you're somebody who wants to know how a lot of these people on YouTube get famous, and how some of these people just, like, no matter what they upload, it's like they're invincible, literally. They'll make videos literally talking about, like, them playing video games, and then all of a sudden they're getting, like, millions of views, maybe even subscribers, and it's like no matter what they put out there, they're making millions of dollars. However, you could take somebody that just uploads a video, and then maybe they get, like, 30 views if they're lucky. So why is it like there's no middle ground? It seems like either people are too hidden, like too invisible, or they're too famous. Like, just like what makes the difference here? Where do you really draw the line? What's the secret here? Well, first of all, to understand this question, you have to understand how YouTube works. Okay, YouTube is a website where people just watch entertainment, no matter how many videos you upload, no matter how many views they get, whatever those videos may be, what their tags are, what they're searched for. There's a lot of contributing factors, but in this video I'm going to pretty much talk about what makes a video, and essentially telling you that everybody's been essentially doing it wrong all this time. So essentially YouTube is I wouldn't say it's luck-based, because there's a lot of people that I've seen them on YouTube, like they literally only have like 250 subscribers, and then they have like, next thing they turn around, they get like 2.7 million, or again, like I'll give you an example. Look at McJuggernuggets, for example. He was a guy that, his whole channel's fake, obviously, but I've even talked about him a few times. Now, mind you, I don't watch his channel. I have nothing against the guy. I actually respect him for what he does, because if he wants to be an actor, let him do what he wants to do. It's his channel. But the one thing that I hear a lot of people say about McJuggernuggets, for example, is that the only reason he got so many views was because he put misleading titles. He created a series that actually kind of, it created a lot of drama. Again, that's another really black, a really bad area, but it actually works. People do drama issues. Like, for example, he got his whole family in on the whole thing. They tried to make it sound like, oh, he destroyed his video games, and, or like flat out, like he's holding a gun and saying, like, psycho kid kills father, and then he says psycho kid flees country, and then all of a sudden, it's all fake and everything, and, but it was just it's to grab, it's an attention grabber. Oh, he killed somebody on camera, and he's uploading it on YouTube and making money. Well, if you think about it, that's how people do it so quick. They lie. They create an exaggeration, and then they essentially put it out there. That's by the media. It's what it's known as yellow journalism. A lot of people don't know how this works, unless, of course, you really do a lot of research. But essentially what it is essentially trying to take advantage of people by lying to the fullest extent. It'd be like you coming up to me and saying, hey man, how much can you give me for this video game? And I'd say, oh, I can give you 25 cents. And then I turn around and sell it for like $60 or something like that. You know what I mean? So, like, essentially, like, you give me everything you have and I'll give you next to nothing. Not a good deal. Exactly. But what I'm trying to say, though, is that's how the business world is. I'll give you an example. I'm not sure if you're a fan of Leonardo DiCaprio's movies, or if you've ever seen it, but this is just a really random guess. But if you've ever seen the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, it's essentially like a really interesting movie. I mean, again, I don't really watch too many movies, but I always seem to watch Leonardo DiCaprio's movies a lot. The Wolf of Wall Street was a movie based off the like Wall Street in America, and it talks about like the shady business tactics and pretty much the shady reality that we live in. Why is business corrupted? Why do people lie? Why do people kill people in business? Because everybody's in it for themselves. For the money, the power, the respect. Or if you don't believe it, go watch the movie The Godfather. You literally couldn't beat that movie. And that pretty much covers everything. Why people do stuff, even when they know it's wrong. But, and it's the same thing with YouTube. Sure, you might look at some of these people and they're more like kid-friendly, but really in real life, maybe there's somebody completely different. The tactics they use. I'll give you another example. Look at Tobuscus, for example. I've never watched Tobuscus, but a lot of people have always said, how the hell did he get famous, for example. And again, I apologize for swearing if that's something that offends you, but anyways, but how the hell did he get famous, though? Well, if you go on YouTube and you actually do a little research, the reason he got famous on YouTube was because, he was caught spamming people's email addresses. Like, not like visually hacking them, but he paid somebody to literally generate these, and there's a lot of people that do stuff like this nowadays. He was generating a lot of emails, and people kept, seeing like you would see his email, social media websites. People do this all the time. They'll pay somebody for a program, and they'll essentially generate so many, like every so often the ads will keep popping up, like, oh, this guy's channel keeps popping up, but it's not him, it's a bot that's doing it. That's not uncommon at all when you see a lot of spy bots out there. Well, not spy bots, but bots that people keep generating spam, or rather, stupid, pointless, annoying messages for advertisement. And surprisingly, it works. But, you know, if you wonder why I'm not famous, well, that's the reason why. Because I'd rather do it the slow way rather than do it like this, oh, hey, I'm famous in like less than a year, and it was all luck. No, it was probably because the guy used a lot of shady tactics, put himself out there, he stayed above everybody else, and, you know, no matter what he uploads, people are still going to watch him. You know, that's just how it works, you know. So if you think about it, that's essentially how most of these people do it. You know, they're just, there's always something they don't tell you. Now, that's not to say they're bad people, they just kind of use tactics that are highly frowned upon. And maybe even be illegal too. So, you know, hopefully this clarifies, because again, the more, just think of it like this. The more videos you make, the more fans you have. But more importantly, the more views you have. The faster you get those views, and the longer you have those views, the more money, and the faster you'll make that money. And that's essentially all it is. You ever wonder how Markiplier and PewDiePie make so much money? And Markiplier, I mean, we're talking Markiplier hit 10 million subscribers in 3.5 years. I've only been on YouTube under this account for almost 8 months, and I'm not even 20% of that. Think about that for a second. How do you think these people do it? Because it's what they do. It's the tactics they use. Misleading titles, misleading thumbnails, tags, descriptions, everything you can imagine. It's you know, they know the system. They know how it works, and they probably even paid people off to even put it out there. That's how they stay relative. But anyways, hopefully this answers your question. Again, comment, rate, subscribe, favorite, share this video with anybody. You know, the truth is always out there, but you gotta find it. And again, if you have any questions about anything, just let me know. I'll be glad to expand upon it a little bit further.